There was a time when the city of Dundee in Scotland was dominated by a single industry. It employed many thousands of the city's population and was the driving force of its economy. This is a tale of two cities, separated by many thousands of miles, yet connected by one durable, strong thread. This is the fibre that played such a major role in the prosperity and employment of both cities. It is jute. Although fortunes were made from it, the fabric it produced could be as rough and ready as sacking cloth. There are no fine silks and satins in this story. Although jute is grown in India and Bangladesh, the thriving jute industry that we see in Kolkata today did not start here. It had its roots thousands of miles away in Dundee, Scotland. During the 19th and 20th century, before the advent of modern polypropylene fibres, jute was indispensable. It was a strong, durable fabric, the workhorse of the textile world. Verdant Works is one of the few remaining jute mills in Dundee. It was built in 1833. At one time, 500 people worked here. Most of the workers were women and children, because the owners could pay them less than men. Then, around the 1850s, the mill owners saw an opportunity to make even greater profits. Instead of transporting the raw jute from India to Dundee to be made into fabric and then shipped back to India, it would be more cost-effective to have the whole process done in India. Jute mills like these sprang up all along the Hooghly River. Many of them had Scottish names like Angus, Dalhousie and Caledonia. Instead of exporting finished jute back to India, Dundee started to export its people, skilled engineers, managers and textile mechanics.
I was born in Kolkata because my parents were in Kolkata. My father worked out in Kolkata and so did my grandfather. They were both involved in some way in the jute trade. My grandfather in the spinning mills and my father making jute machinery parts.
These machines were made in Monifeith in Scotland. They are a direct link to a shared history that many Scots are still very proud of. Today, the Kolkata jute industry is a thriving concern that employs thousands of workers and exports all over the world.
We are manufacturers and exporters of jute bags, and the main fabric that we use is jute, which is a natural fiber which is grown in this area. We are a 100% export-oriented company. We export to Scotland. We send out at least one shipment a month to Scotland, and our main buyers in Scotland are the Fife Council and the Scottish Southern Energy.
By the 1900s, Kolkata had overtaken Dundee as the biggest manufacturer of jute. While the Kolkata jute industry thrived, the Dundee jute industry began to decline. There were once over 100 textile mills here. Today, there are no working mills. Verdant Works has found a new lease of life as a 5-star, award-winning museum that charts the story of the jute industry. Off a busy road in the centre of Kolkata, there is a quiet corner that will be forever Scotland. Many of the Scots buried here worked in the jute industry. Much of the machinery installed and maintained by people like these is still serving India's jute mills today. The story of jute has now come full circle. Sandra Thompson imports jute items from Kolkata to sell in Scotland.
When I go out to India just now, I still see all the shuttles and the spare parts machinery with MacGregor Balfour all over it, and am I proud because my father was associated with that company.
Jute is once again in demand for the properties that first made it popular all those years ago. It is a strong natural product, and these days it is even more attractive to the modern market because it is also environmentally friendly.
Just now there's a huge connection, even still, between Dundee and Kolkata for jute, and there always will be.